Assalamualaikum and Selamat Sejahtera. My name is AdilahHisa, the presenter for today's presentation with the paper titled Linking Youth Leadership Program to Employability Skills, a Conceptual Framework. I am one of the authors of the paper, which was assisted by Dr. Fatslewati Mohiddin from School of Business University Technology Brunei of Brunei Darussalam. Firstly, I would like to talk a little bit about the introduction. Leadership is considered as an essential life skill that youth need to possess and develop in order to face challenges in this modern era. Existing leaders view youth as the next generation who hold great potential in leading, though effective leadership begins with leadership development. Moreover, programs that promote youth leadership reveal numerous benefits in terms of knowledge, skills, abilities, and attributes, which can further positively affect their work performance and employment prospects. According to Kemifs et al. 2011, formal leadership program is where individuals are exposed to a range of leadership activities that successively build up their leadership experiences, with the purpose of providing youth with leadership capacity and knowledge development that they needed. These activities include skill building, self-assessment and reflection, physical outdoor activities, and community involvement. Additionally, engaging in youth leadership program results in skills enhancements such as teamwork skills, problem-solving skills, communication skills, interpersonal skills, analytical skills, and so on. Also, individuals are able to improve their self-esteem, self-confidence, expand their knowledge, and experience change in attitude when they participate in these kinds of programs. Following this, several gaps have been identified in previous studies concerning youth leadership program and employability skills. As such, Anderson and Kim noted that there is limited empirical work has been carried out in this line of research, even though youth leadership development is known to produce favorable outcomes. What is more, there is lack of research to highlight the influence of youth leadership program on employability skills in terms of the extent to which the learning obtained from program are further being applied to the work environment. In addition, effective outcomes or the change in attitude are actually considered as a part of the learning outcomes of training program. However, it is less explored in previous studies in leadership development context, as the emphasis is projected more onto reporting skill-based and knowledge-based outcomes. Not only that, the amount of research into examining how self-esteem affect the connection between behavioral outcomes of youth leadership program and employability skills are rather limited. So as to account for these gaps, a conceptual framework has been designed to incorporate the impact of youth leadership program in terms of learning and behavioral outcomes and perceived employability skills. Accordingly, self-esteem acts as the moderator between behavior and the employability skills. Furthermore, this framework is built upon the idea of skills acquisition theory introduced by Robert D. Kaiser in 2007, who stated that the learning of a wide variety of skills shows a remarkable similarity in development from initial representation of knowledge through initial changes in behavior to eventual fluent, spontaneous, largely effortless, and highly skilled behavior, and that this set of phenomena can be accounted for by a set of basic principles common to acquisition of all skills. This theory fits well with the context of youth leadership program in the sense that youth undergo learning process to acquire a number of skills where they are able to utilize their learning into practice, leading to their acquisition and development on those skills. These skills are believed to have a great importance to employability. So now let's look at the learning outcomes. Based on the proposed conceptual framework, learning outcomes concern with the degree to which the participants have absorbed the knowledge gained from the program, or upgrade or develop their skills, or uncover any changes in their attitudes. According to Ricketts and Root, The application of leadership concept should be done once the individual possesses the knowledge concerning leaders and leadership. Additionally, leadership skills can be learned and developed through experience and practice, for instance, through games and activities that resemble real-life settings. Also, attitude-based outcomes corresponds to attitudinal and motivational aspects, where they are generally reported in programs that aim at observing attitude changes. Next slide is about the behavioral outcomes. So based on this framework, behavioral outcomes concerned with the change in behavior that is exhibited by the participants as a result of the youth leadership program, where the learning gained from the program are subsequently employed into the job settings. Literature implies that when learning obtained by the individuals are applied on the job, behavioral changes can be observed, and they are believed to be most likely to execute their task smoothly and productively, thus resulting to an enhancement in their work performance. When this happens, it indicates that the program is actually successful and effective. Similarly, in the context of youth leadership program, the participants are said to possess the potential to apply what they have learned throughout the program into their jobs that would eventually be advantageous to their company. Moving on to the next element of the framework, which is self-esteem. In this case, self-esteem is the potential moderator to the relationship between behavioral outcome and perceived employability skills. According to Rabelais and Patra, self-esteem concerns with the beliefs and perceptions that an individual hold regarding the values, expectations, and qualities that they possess. So engaging in programs that foster career development, work experience, generic skills, emotional intelligence, and degree subject knowledge enables the individual to reflect on their experience, which eventually will intensify their self-efficacy, self-confidence, and self-esteem. This course of events represent the fundamental link to employability. Moreover, high self-esteem individuals tend to have positive perceptions on themselves, especially in terms of their skills, abilities in doing well in executing their task, and achieving favorable performance. These individuals are believed to be more projected to hold well-developed employability skills. So the last element in the framework is perceived employability skills, where based on the framework, this element represents the personal opinions that youth hold regarding their level of competence in executing a number of skills that are substantial to employability following their participation in youth leadership program. Employability skills are believed to represent the skills and abilities that can influence the success of one's career at all levels of employment. Apart from that, Evers and Rush posited that managing self, managing people and tasks, communicating, and mobilizing innovation and change are the four main components of the basis of competence model that are deemed to reflect the key competency required in the job setting. Hence, developing employability skills are significant for youth to prepare them for their upcoming journey in the prevailing economic circumstances, as well as to survive with the workplace demands in the modern world. So, what is the value that this framework provides upon its establishment? Firstly, the significant link between youth leadership program and employability skills is represented in a single framework. This framework provides understanding for students, youth, parents, job seekers, and other stakeholders on how the learning outcomes of youth leadership program can contribute to behavior and thus employability skills. It also aids in contribution to literature in terms of demonstrating how the cases skills acquisition theory can be applied onto the context of youth leadership development programs. It also provides insights into recognizing the role of self-esteem as the moderator of the relationship between behavior and perceived employability skills. Apart from that, it facilitates those who are interested in developing leadership among youth in terms of creating and designing programs to consider in including activities that can focus more on the essential employability skills in order to ease the career journey of the youth and help them be successful in the future. In conclusion, it is evident that programs promoting leadership development among youth tend to produce many benefits which can further influence their work performance and employment prospects. The present study highlighted the crucial linkage between youth leadership program and perceived employability skills. However, the framework is still considered as hypothetical, and the amount of research showing the evidence related to this framework is rather limited. Hence, it is recommended for other researchers to assess the validity of this framework with the support from different types of data and tools. Last but not least, further studies are encouraged in order to investigate and focus on other aspects of youth leadership program that can affect employability skills. So these are the number of references that has been used for these presentations. And that is all from me. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and Assalamualaikum.